A voidable contract is a formal agreement between two parties that may be rendered unenforceable for a number of legal reasons. Reasons that can make a contract voidable include the following: failure by one or both parties to disclose a material fact, a mistake, misrepresentation, or fraud, one part's legal incapacity to enter a contract, one or more terms that are unconscionable, a breach of contract. Originally considered to be legal and enforceable but can be rejected by one party if the contract is discovered to have defects. If the party with the power to reject the contract chooses not to reject the contract despite the defect, the contract remains valid and enforceable. The plaintiff was asked by the defendant to make a steel gun. The defendant will pay for 2 bills of exchange. The steel gun has a defect. If the defendant recognized it, he will reject it. However, the defendant did not check it and deliver the bills as agreed. The plaintiff wrote to the defendant and stated that the gun did not have any defect and made from the best metal. After the defendant tested the gun, he realized the gun has defect and sued the plaintiff. The defendant claimed that as part of this fraud, the plaintiff had actively concealed the defect in the gun from him ahead of the inspection. Further to this, it was argued by the plaintiff that the statement that was made by the letter from the defendant was fraudulent, as it has stated that the gun had no faults. Decision. The court found that there was no evidence to support the claim of acted fraudulently. With regards to the inspection, the court found it impossible that the plaintiff hides a defect from the defendant, as the defendant had no considered looking at this at the time of inspection. Moreover, the court found that the letter that was later sent by the defendant did not contain any fraudulent statement, as the defendant believed that the statement was correct and accurate. Conclusion. In our opinion, the case would not have been argued in the first place if the plaintiff had checked the gun before agreeing to the contract. Thus, we cannot deny that fraud was made by the defendant.